How's it going, guys? Got a very cool Warno feature to show to you today. So basically, they're going to add words to Warno, some Warno words. Basically, you try and make a division in their previous game, Steel Division 2. You go to battle groups and divisions, and you click the division, and then there's some words here to tell you like what it actually means. Because I don't know the difference between these divs. Basically, there's a bit of lore, and then there's a bit about what's in the division, and then a little bit on how it plays, right? And that's very helpful when there's over 100 divisions, okay? And this is actually, I think, excluding some of the deals. No, they're in there as well. So now they're going to be doing that for Wano, which doesn't have it. So we'll read out the words properly, right? Hello, hello, hello. We interrupt our regular devblog schedule with today's short and sweet preview of the upcoming changes to Warner's deck creation UI, including the new division descriptions. Let's check it out. What's changing? We've teased the upcoming changes, but in case you missed it, the Eugen team has been working hard on a complete redesign of Warner's deck creation user interface. What's in store, you might ask? New filters. First, the old stuff. We are removing the A, B, and C rating divisions in the deck creation. Yeah, I mean, that didn't really make any sense. Basically, it's like category A division would be like third armored, and category C would be 152 easy. But the idea is they're all supposed to be viable. Obviously, so I suppose I've picked bad examples there. And so it didn't really make much sense. A being offensive, B being balanced, and C being defensive. We have turned into 8 different filters. These filters will match the full range of division types in Warno. This will give you more granular control over how you build your battle group and filter your decks. It's mainly just, for newer players so they can understand what's going on. The new filters are mechanized infantry, territorial, which I guess is reservists, right? So 4th UK, I guess. It's interesting because like a lot of divs have a few reservists. So 9th US has reservists, but I wouldn't call it a reservist division. Whereas 24th US is clearly a reservist division, even though it has some non-reservists. Motorized infantry, so 9th US motorized infantry, right? Airborne infantry, so 82nd, 101st US, that sort of thing. Armored, so 3rd armored. Naval infantry, so that'll be the new Marines, which I covered on the channel. Trying to think of other Marines divisions. I mean, so like 152 Easy has some Marines in them. They get the Marsoans. So how will that work? 6th US gets some Marines in them, but they also get some territorials and some motorized infantry and yeah, naval infantry. So that's the one I just said, sorry. Air mobile infantry, so that's like 101st US, I guess, because they're airborne, air mobile and like 2nd UK gets air mobile, but it also gets mechanized and it also gets some tanks and it also gets some territorials. So how does that work? And then cavalry, which presumably is just going to be 11th Cav and the new 2nd Cav. Like, what else is cavalry? So yeah, interesting. I'm not sure. A new interface. Now onto the real deal. We've completely rebuilt the deck creation interface to give you more intel on each division. So yeah, this is way, way, way better. So it gives you a bit of gameplay. And these were made by community members. And then the history, which was made by Eugen, and obviously real life, presumably. So it's interesting to put the gameplay first, because here it's actually last. And the history's first, right? Does it matter? Probably not. But yeah, it clearly looks a lot better than what we currently have, which is just this middle bit here. And then it's like, well, 3rd armored, okay, that makes sense. 3rd armored, American tanks, okay. But then, like, what the hell is MNAD? Do you know what I mean? If you're new to the game, what is MNAD? So that's good. I think it's a good idea. As you can see in the pictures above, on the right-hand side, each division now comes with 3 new sections. First up is a gameplay summary, explaining the strengths, drawbacks, and playstyle tips for each division. Next up, 3 signature units for the selected division. These might not necessarily be the strongest, but rather the most distinctive units that define each battle group. So yeah, like the unique units, right? So the Recon M1, the Kiowa with the, I suppose this is in 3rd Armoured as well, and the upgraded Recon Bradley, like the high armor Recon Bradley. That for 11th Armoured Cavalry. I suppose it makes sense, right? This one is in other divisions, but these aren't, so... and lastly, for the history buffs, we've taken special care taken by Eugen Scribe, a succinct lore section covering the division's background, equipment highlights, and role in Warno's war scenario. So yeah, you can read about stuff and you can actually learn some of it, which is useful, right? They've activated some filters here, so this is mechanized only. That's interesting. So does that mean, so like, is 157Y also classed as territorial? Or is it only classed as, because that's obviously a reservist slop div, right? So, interesting, interesting. And then fourth Motschutsen has motorized stuff in it as well. This stands for motorized shooters, so this is also motorized shooters, I think. Motostrelki, motorized soldiers, something like that. On the left, all the filters you need. Just pick your alliance, division type, and nation, and you're set. So yeah, that's it basically. And then they go on about Warno Lanjo. I did cover the Marine Division, so I'll link that in the description. So it's cool. It's nice to see that because the game came out like 4 years ago. It's nice to see that they're still upgrading stuff like this. Anyway, do let me know what you think. There's nothing more to add. I hope you have a lovely day.